Originally released back in 2008, Tales of Vesperia is one of a handful of exclusive JRPGs secured for the fledgling Xbox 360 in hopes of making a dent in the Japanese market. Despite its success, in 2009 Vesperia saw an updated release on the PlayStation 3, which includes significant new content not found in the original version. But unfortunately, this iteration never saw release outside of Japan. Until now. Nearly a decade later, Bandai Namco celebrates the 10th anniversary of Tales of Vesperia with the release of Definitive Edition, an enhanced port that includes all of the content from the previously Japanese-only PS3 version, along with brand new English VO for the additional dialogue not found in the original release. If the English dub isn't to your liking, the Definitive Edition also includes the Japanese audio with English subtitles.
You think long and hard about what you've done. That's all I have to say to you.
Additionally, the game's resolution has been raised to 1080p on consoles with a 4K option on PC. Though the battles still run at 60 frames per second on console versions, everything outside of combat runs at 30 frames per second, except on the PlayStation 4, which offers 60 frames per second throughout the entire game. The action runs as smoothly as advertised for the most part, though there are a handful of instances where the performance dips back down to around 30 frames per second, so it's not quite a perfect update.
Man, the weather sure changed in a hurry.
Let's find an inn before we get soaked.
Estelle, what is it?
Oh, I just thought a harbor town would be more lively than this.
For those who only played the original version, there are enough new additions and updates to warrant a second playthrough, and for those who missed out on Vesperia the first time around, this is a great RPG that's been made even better. Even after a decade, Tales of Vesperia is still one of the best entries in the series, though it shows some signs of aging. It offers a refreshing story that focuses on strong character development and features the greatest protagonist seen in any Tales entry.
Yuri, come on already!
Rather than sending you to save the world right out of the gate, Vesperia involves much simpler subject matter, focusing on a group of unlikely companions who grow together over the course of their journeys to become a group of friends. Yes, eventually the story winds up ultimately including the fate of the world, but the slow build definitely pays off by allowing you to get to know the characters better. Seeing their bonds develop feels more believable, and you genuinely feel for each as they go through their various hardships and triumphs.
I thought with this promotion to captain that I'd gotten a bit closer to my goal. But I have to face the fact that the law can't even punish a single person like Rago.
The main character, Yuri, is easily the standout of the group, and he's a major breath of fresh air compared to the typical shonen archetype found in most JRPGs. His motivations and actions are those of a vigilante who believes it's his place to dispense justice to those who believe their status in society puts them above the law. More than once, he crosses the line into what most would deem morally wrong, but his reasoning comes from a good place.
I could crush you with a single command. You won't get away with this.
The laws and the council may have let you go, but I'm afraid I can't do that.
As solid of a narrative effort as Vesperia makes, it doesn't completely escape the tropes commonly found in most anime-style JRPGs. There's still some fan service present, but it isn't as frequent and in-your-face as some of the more recent entries. The writing also falters from time to time with a few awkward exchanges, and the limited character animations only serve to exacerbate the situation. Though at the same time, these more robotic animations do add charm to the occasional slapstick bits.
Don't you make her cry!
What are you talking about? Hey, quit pushing! Hey, who just hit me? I'm gonna remember that!
One interesting throwback is the ability to traverse a world map again. In the decades since Vesperia's release, subsequent entries have moved away from a traditional overworld map in favor of large interconnected zones. Having a world map to explore feels good, but Vesperia could do more to encourage you to stray from the beaten path. Another issue with the world map is that it hasn't aged very well. Visually, it looks very dated, with enemies constantly popping in and out rather than being visible at all times, and weather effects change abruptly, which can really hamper the sense of immersion. For a definitive edition, not smoothing over these bumps in the road is a missed opportunity. It's not all bad news when it comes to Vesperia's visuals, though. The various towns and landmarks you visit still look very good, with vibrant colors and gorgeous environments, and the game's overall art direction creates a beautiful aesthetic that still holds up all these years later.
It's beautiful.
One of the Tales series' biggest strengths is its action-based combat system. There have been numerous takes on it over the years, but looking back at it now, Vesperia's battle system is one of the best to grace the series. It keeps the basics simple so that you're not overwhelmed from the get-go, but it eventually opens up with more layers, culminating in a very deep and rewarding combat experience that prevents battles from ever feeling stale.
I was so surprised.
Though Vesperia explains the basics of combat well with nice tutorials, some of the more nuanced layers might not register at first. However, even on the normal difficulty setting, you can get by while neglecting some of these elements for a simpler experience, which makes the game more accessible to newcomers. Yet, at the same time, there is a higher skill ceiling present for those who want to push the combat system to its limits. This also includes putting more time into optimizing each character's skills, abilities, and tactics, which can drastically alter how battles play out, especially when it comes to your AI-controlled party members. You also aren't restricted to playing as one character either. Many of the characters come with unique playstyles, whether it's Yuri's punishing melee attacks, Judith's flashy aerial assaults, or Rita's punishing long-range spells. As with previous versions, you can also play the definitive edition with friends via local co-op that supports up to 4 players at once. Another standout component of Vesperia is the impressive soundtrack. From the gentle title theme with its subtle foreboding to the numerous excellent battle themes and all the unique town and cutscene tracks in between, this is an underappreciated score that wonderfully sets the mood at each turn. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition lives up to its namesake, delivering new content previously exclusive to Japan and updated visuals that enhance an already gorgeous aesthetic. The fantastic cast of characters, breathtaking world, and amazing combat elevate Vesperia to the highest point of the Tales series. This is the perfect opportunity for veterans to rediscover their love of this great RPG, as well as the best way for newcomers to experience an incredible game that still holds its own.
Resound, O cry of victory! All right.
Easy Allies reviews are made possible by generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.
Stay down.
It's over. Accept your fate.